Happy Friday! Ah, I fully didn't realize it was Friday today. I got up, had a nice day, and was like, I wonder if I should do anything today. I look at my calendar and I'm like, it's Friday. I stream on Friday. Oop. Nia, hello! Oh my gosh, hi! Welcome in. Yeah. So here I am, fully prepared to draw. But it's kind of nice because I was like, maybe I should draw something today. I have some things to work on. And then I figured, well, if I'm streaming anyway and drawing on that stream, then I might as well do it on the stream and be lazy during the day. Well, do chores, but not spend it drawing. But yes, hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm just chilling, being cozy because it's cold. It's also raining, but I don't mind. It's kind of nice. I've been craving colder weather. Um, so like I'm like in a kigu, in a blanket, got my drinks. I'm so ready to be cozy and draw kigus. It's so cold, right? Yeah, it switched so quickly. Like I was saying this last week already, but like it got even colder. And again, like I'm so happy in a way that it is because I am not comfortable with how cold it was or with how warm it was. Because just I cannot do heat at all. And now this, weather ambiguous outfit on my model makes sense, I guess. I don't know. Hi Umbra, how's it going? I wasn't even here for the switch because I was in Italy, so it went from ridiculous hot to ridiculous cold. Oh no. I can imagine. I can imagine that like in Italy it must be so warm still, and then you just go from lovely summer weather to this. No, I was here for the switch and I was just like, oh yes, release me from this fucking demonic heat because I was so tired. But now it's all nice. Now I get to be honestly, like it's kind of funny. I really like spring and I like early summer, but mid to late summer, I just die. It's too warm. And I wouldn't say that fall is like my prime time, but I do a lot better in colder weather because I might as well just be like a little walking sun. I'm always so goddamn warm. So I'm thriving right now. Just being very comfy. I wanted to say a couple things before I get started. Last week I showed you guys the Your Character Here. I'm gonna be working on those because those slots filled up. Thank you so much for all the interest. I really appreciate it. It's gonna be like a huge help for my holiday coming up. Um, and with that, I made some changes to the channel and to the Discord. Nothing huge. It's more like optional stuff. One of the changes I made in the Discord is that there's now an art role that you can assign yourself in the rules channel. Just in case people want to get pinged for when I open for commissions. Hi, Smooth! So that's there. It's optional. It's just gonna be a nice ping because I don't like pinging like I don't like using the at everyone to ping people in Discord. So I figured I'd make an art role specifically for people who might want to get pinged for art related reasons. Hi Asiam! Thank you! Thank you for the cupcake. I made a change here on the channel on my page. I changed the tip jar link. I wasn't aware that when you tip me on Twitch through the link that I had before, that it showed my full name. I tried changing that within PayPal. It doesn't let me. It does not let me set a nickname. I don't want to make a whole business account. So to protect my own privacy, it's now just linked to my coffee, which is also like down below here anyway, so you guys can see. Those notifications do absolutely pop up on the stream. So I'll still be able to see them. So don't worry about that. It's just an extra layer of privacy protection for the both of us. Because I'm pretty sure you can also input like a nickname into coffee. I mean, whenever PayPal shows me names, I'm just like, I do not see these names. But it's just nicer that way, you know. I gotta think future proofing. Business accounts still show your full name. They do? That's stupid. We just ignore it and move on. Exactly, like, I don't pay attention to it, obviously. Like, I'm just grateful for people to tip or whatever. With commissions, it's the same. But, like, I gotta protect my own name a little bit. Like, I don't know, I'm not super comfortable giving people my full name randomly when they tip to me on Twitch. So it's now just linked to the coffee, which is it's just safer. That's all it is. But I know that it might be a little bit confusing to people if you haven't seen coffee before. It's okay. Head pats, thank you. It works the same. It has like, it doesn't take a percentage or anything. So it's all good. Eyes, don't got him. Exactly. No eyes. Dropping a little lurk as I self-indulge in Slime Rancher 2. Hell yes, that I enjoy. I hope you have a good time. I saw that it came out, and I've been looking, but I just bought myself Potion Permit for the Switch. I'm just gonna play it for myself, because fuck yes. I might stream it later this year, but I just want to play it for myself a little bit. Who are these people? Which you mean? Yeah, it's the same with artists who use personal PayPal accounts. It's, you know, there's no way around it in most cases. Honey, thank you so much for the follow. Honey works. What was I gonna say? What I feel like with commissions is like we both see each other's names, so it feels like more like a business transaction. Everyone is signing up for that. I recently discovered that I can turn off my full name in invoices. Like, I could just set that to a nickname. So I did that. That's very nice. That I like. But yeah, it's stupid. PayPal, please just let me set a nickname in general. Hello? But till then, this is how we go about it. Yes, you should discover it all for yourself. Yeah, I mean, I figured, like, we're still playing, Cult of the Lamb, on stream. So, you know, I have no need to have a new game on stream. I still also have Kirby that I have not touched since. I still have Hollow Knight. I have so many games to get to. So I was just like, I just want to play a game in my free time for me. For myself. And it seems like really fun. So I have no excuse. It's just I wanted it. One of the other things I did, let me clean my mouth. I was drinking. One of the other things I did is I updated to OBS version 28. Well, now 28.02. But I didn't do it at first because my text-to-speech runs through BikuBot, so do my head pats and such, so that I don't have to manually activate them. And and that I can have multiple things to be activated through point redeems. But originally with the 20 OBS version 28, BikuBot didn't work anymore, so I didn't update just yet. But then someone in chat was like, actually they released the thing so that you can make it work again. So I have. And because of that, I am trying out something new. Because OBS version 28 has a thing where you can separate audio within OBS. I'm stupid when it comes to audio, so I'm testing it out. My desktop audio is now muted, but people should still be able to hear my OBS, or not my OBS, my Spotify, because that's what I play my DMCA free music through. I wasn't expected to have my name said, and that made my day. Well, I'm glad it made your day. I try to read out everyone's names, especially for follows and such. But hello. But I want you guys to tell me if you can hear my music properly. Because I should just test things by going live and like on a second channel or something. But I get nervous. So I just do it while I'm actually live. And you guys are like testing it for me. But yeah, if my music is too quiet or something or too loud, let me know. I can change it. I'm testing it with DMCA free music today. Because I want to see, this way I should be able to separate it from my VODs that go up. And I want to see if my VODs won't have any music anymore. If that's the case, I can every now and then, probably not every time, but every now and then when I'm like doing artwork and such, I can listen to a little bit of my own music again, which would be nice. Technically, you can still get copyright striked while being live. So I'd have to play it quietly. But, you know, at least my VODs won't get muted anymore. Because even with the DMCA free music, sometimes your VODs still get muted. Which is really annoying. Now, I don't really edit any of my VODs when I upload them anywhere. But it's just nice. It's nice. It's nice to not have music on their stuff when you don't intend to, and to have a little bit of more control. It also means more control later for like stuff like Discord and such, but I'll have to test things out. Because again, I'm stupid. I don't know how audio works at all. Like I looked up a bunch of videos to try and figure it out, how any of it worked, and I was just like, I think I know what I'm doing, but I don't. So I'm just gonna see and hope for the best. So again, let me know if anything's off. I'll try to fix the mistakes. Bear with me if I have any audio mistakes. But other than that, I'm all good and ready. That was really anything, like any of the little changes that I wanted to let y'all know about. I did see the whole discussion about Twitch this past week. And it's something, but it doesn't affect me, so I'm just like, ha. Ha. Either way. Oh, because I did update, I actually had to update my overlay stuff as well. I might still be moving stuff around. I should be a little bit more zoomed in now here. Because, you know, just a little close up. Y'all get to see my face up close. Everything sounds and looks good so far. I'm happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm still so excited. After my holiday, I should be getting my desk situated situation sorted out, so I have more desk space, and I'll probably get a new phone holder for my iPhone that I use for the tracking, so people can see me better. And I want to see, I don't know, like, I don't think it's going to make any huge changes regarding my tracking, but it should be more consistent, because sometimes I have a couple issues, and that's mostly got to do with where it stands now. And that's just lack of space. It's just, it is where it is. It is what it is. But here's the kigu. We're working on the first one today. This is the character we're drawing. So cute. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be fairly easy for the most part. I didn't ask if they wanted their ears to be added. Oop. They did say the bat, yes, yes. I'll just do them in a separate layer, and if they don't, I'll just offer 2 versions, because that's my bad. Or I can ask and move on to another. That might be smarter. 1 second. Hi, Syrups! Sorry, I'm just asking a quick question to the client. And top on. Okay. Oh, my touch is on, isn't it? Yep. That's the other thing that's gonna be nice. If these are your characters, so cute. Thank you! When I have more desk space, I'll actually be able to see my keyboard even when I'm drawing. Because right now, I have to, like, lean over. Which you can see when I'm leaning with my model. But it feels really awkward to do that, and I can't really see what I'm typing, so I tend to make more mistakes. Alright, well, since that's gonna be a little bit of a wait to make sure that I get it back, or get it to them properly, I'm gonna quickly, oh! Never mind, they got back to me immediately! We're gonna continue working on this one! I always try to work in the order that I get the things. Leans in, no bitches. No bitches. Honestly, the smug face works really well for that. No bitches. VTube models are great. If not for just your own fucking entertainment. Sadly, no. Yo, that's fair. Okay, so they said they are fine with just the bat ears. That makes my job real fucking easy. I just have to make a little sketch. Here. How's everyone doing, by the way? I was just off rambling about settings and life and that, but I never asked how you guys are doing. Hello, Kasikas! Also, hello, clone! Just finished some brekkie. Nice! What did you have for breakfast? I just had dinner, so, you know, mood. I felt so bad these past couple days. I've not been hungry at all. And I was like staying with friend, and my friend was just like, "Yeah, do you want to like eat something?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "We have leftover sushi. Do you want any of the leftover sushi?" And I'm like, "Sure, maybe." And I had some, and I think like that day I had maybe like 2 pastries and like leftover sushi which were like 3 sushi thingies and like a cookie. And later on he was just like, do you want another cookie? And I'm like, I do like cookies, but I don't want a whole meal. I'm fine though. I ate today, I promise. Yesterday I was just nauseous, not really hungry. College ends at 12 on Fridays for me, so great. Oh, fuck yeah. Eggs on toast with cheese, a banana, and some coffee. Sick! That sounds really good. Grandma vibes? What do you mean grandma vibes? Sometimes eating is hard. It's true. Hydrate and stretch? I will. Having leftover sushi is an affront. If you can't eat all the sushi you order, you are weak. It's the sushi we had ordered the day before, but we kind of specifically, because we got like free rolls with our order. Stretching my neck. And we knew it was gonna be too much, so we like did it on purpose. We were like sick, then tomorrow we'll have leftover sushi. Sometimes it's on purpose. You're not that hungry. Okay, have a meal and a cookie. Type grandma vibes. Ah. Well, that's the thing. I didn't even have a meal. I just had a cookie. I am doing the your character here, yes. It also depends where from too, because it can be very filling. Yes, we had like 4 crunchy rolls, 2 maki boxes, and then another free California roll? I don't even know. And we had half of that and we were like, I'm full, I'm dying. Perfect, sushi for tomorrow. And I'm not gonna force feed myself sushi and feel sick. Sushi, it seems like the worst food to do that with too, because it's expensive and just it's also fish. I see you still have 1 stretch on claims. You learned your lesson at least. Yeah, I put it on a cooldown, I'm pretty sure, is what it is at now. Oh! Oh, I made it per stream. Oh. Actually, that's fine too. I can up the number. I can up the number to like 3 stretches per stream, and y'all have to like pace yourselves. Like, here's the thing, if y'all force feed me water, I'd be fine, because then at least all I have to do is just drink water. That's no problem. When y'all make me stand up, that's an issue. I'm comfortable. Y'all get 1 stretch today. And it was phoned in already. Hydrate? I will, thank you. Puts coffee down to pick up water. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh, yeah. You want to test me having to put that on a cooldown? You know I will. I took like 5 big sips. Alright, I need to see in the base 20 to 35 for main at 80%. Okay. I did this kigu line. It's hard to see because I already colored it in. But maybe if I just hide the colors. I did kind of sketchy lines on purpose, but sometimes I won't remember which opacity I use for that. So I was smart and wrote it down. I tend to do that for kigu bases. Oh, I have hiccups now. Great. But with this one, I really wanted to make sure. I need to not save this in the base file. Save as... This is for... Nixie. Because my dumbass would. Oh no, not the hiccups. I had hiccups this morning. I woke up, got up, went to, like, you know, the whole morning routine, hiccups the entire time. Just shower, hiccups. Brush your teeth, hiccups. It was so annoying. Fucking suffering. I hate having hiccups so much. Do you have a moment in your childhood that you look back on and only see pure irony? I don't know. Yeah, like, I genuinely don't really know. Like, I first of all don't think of my autism. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's that. Oh, actually, I mean, sort of. So we had... It's teenage years, so I don't know how much that counts as childhood, but I was a child, so I think it counts. When I was 13, 14, my first years of high school, we had a sex education class, and one of the classes we had about it was about sexuality. And we had a very cool teacher that took us to like an indie theater to watch movies about different types of sexuality, like, you know, lesbians, bisexuals, etc., etc. That's just like that. And we watched them, and I was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. You know, I'm super cool with people being gay and all that. Like, I was just like impressed that we got that education. And I remember leaving that theater thinking, man, it was really cool that we had that class. Also, I'm super straight. I only like boys. Everyone thinks girls are pretty, right? Right? That's not... That doesn't mean anything. Lo and behold, a year later, I got a crush on one of my best friends. Found out I was very, very, very bi. So, I mean, there's that. This bitch really thought they were straight. I'm super not. I've always sit with my legs crossed, and my brother said I should stop it because it was girly, that comment age. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not gay. Takes the MI gay test. Honestly, though, for me, it was just like, again, like, I was just like, no, but everyone thinks girls are pretty, right? Like, who wouldn't? Girls are very pretty. And then my friend jokingly, tried to, like, she was, like, joking and, like, trying to kiss me as a joke. I don't know how that is a joke. But whatever, and I was just like, oh, oh, fuck. I'm not straight. Maybe bye, bye, bye. Just fucking oops. Yeah, no, and that got confirmed. Just the older I got, I just had more crushes on girls, and I was just like, oh. Oh, okay. That, and I was thinking about it yesterday. I was watching a little bit of our in High School Host Club. Save? I will, thank you. And I talked about this on stream before, that I thought it was funny that Harui was like such a comfort character for me. And in the first episode, she genuinely just says like, I don't care whether people think I'm a girl or a boy. And I just think that's so fucking funny now that I'm non-binary. I would say I would care, like, in the sense that I don't want to be seen as a boy, but it's just the sense of like gender doesn't matter. Anyway, my headcanon, Haruhi is non-binary. Fight me about it. Nitty always says sitting with legs crossed is gray. I did gaze I do it too. Sorry, Marsh, you're gay now. My brother found out I was trans because I quite bluntly told him on Purple Friday. That day I wore a skirt to school. Hell yeah. I have to shower now, and a friend will come over, so I will lurk. Hell yeah, have a nice time lurking, and enjoy hanging out with your friend. I don't know, like, I will never be, like, besides as a joke, I will never be the person who's like, no, sitting like XYZ makes you gay. If you can't sit straight, you might be neurodivergent. Because I definitely do not like sitting straight. And apparently so do many other neurodivergent people, but At the end of the day, the only thing that actually makes you have another sexuality is if you are sexually attracted to the gender that it applies to. Like, obviously, it's all fun and jokes here. The people without sexual attraction, though, they can be ace. That's a sexuality. Or romantically, if you're ace. Well, there's ace and there's arrow. Aromantic? I suck at pronouncing that. Aromantic? I always want to roll my R in that word. Real talk, sometimes people draw handsome furry men. Yes, agreed. And I'm like, that's nice. If I looked like that, I would feel handsome. Well, there's also, but like, I don't know if I want them to, yeah, no, I get you, but like, I don't think that chalks up to sexual attraction. You can see that someone is aesthetically pretty, right? Like, I can look at people on the street because, like, here's the thing, I'm Demi, so I don't I don't really think about people like that to begin with unless I'm like close with them, and even then not really. Anyway, my point is, you can see people on the street. Everyone can look at Idris Elba and admit that is a handsome man. Sexuality is outside of that. Now, if you find yourself fantasizing about holding their hands, you might want to think about it a little bit. But, you know, that's... It also doesn't really matter as much as people sometimes make it out to seem that it matters. Because, like, it's nice to use the sexuality identifiers for yourself if you feel the need to, but you don't have to. I always had a very nice conversation with my mom. Like, when I came out, I came out, I was very lucky. My mom was, one, very supportive, already knew I was bi, also knew I had a crush on my best friend, and she was just like, good on you, I like her. Invite her over more often. But, like, she then talked about how she was pretty sure that she would be super okay with dating a woman, but she's also only classically had been with guys. And she was like, it's not like I never see myself with a woman in the future if that's what my future holds, but I'm dating a man right now. And she didn't feel the need to identify herself as anything specifically, like, because she was just her. She was happy. Labels are there for you. Idris got me like... Also Ryan Reynolds. Fair. You can be aesthetically attracted to someone. Exactly. Like, there's some fucking pretty people out here, yo. Besides, labels aren't important, only helps with putting words to what you experience. Yes. And I feel weird when people want to gatekeep said labels because, like, I don't know, I'm non-binary, but I call myself a non-binary woman because I'm very comfortable with being a woman at the same time, but it doesn't feel like the complete description of me. But also, it's none of anyone's business. I'll talk about it like on stream sometimes, or, you know, in a genuine way if someone's interested. But at the end of the day, that shit's for me and I don't have to prove that. The same goes with like bisexuality. A lot of people are like, because like I typically have only dated guys, people will be like, you can't be bi if you, which isn't even true. I've had girlfriends and I've had plenty of crushes on girls. I just don't have a lot of dating experience in that. But it doesn't matter. You don't need to prove your label either. Again, it's just for you. So don't let anyone bully you into or out of anything. Do you, baby. Why is my OBS doing this? Thank you. Okay, there we go. If you vibe with something, that's your vibe and no one else's. Exactly. And if you want to vibe with a certain, like, label and descriptor, and maybe you don't know that much about it, there's also no harm in, like, educating yourself, reading up on it, seeing, like, you know, learning more about it. Like, I will never find myself to be the best person to educate anyone on what it means to be non-binary as a whole, because I have a very limited experience. Well, specifically, I only have my own experience. And, because I am very comfortable with she, her pronouns and everything, like, I don't feel like I'm generally the best example for everyone. But that doesn't matter because, like, it's my experience. And again, like, that label is for me. And so long everyone around me accepts my pronouns, we're good. You can't be disabled if you can walk/see. Who do I need to beat up? I will. As a disabled person, I will. Listen, man, I'm too old and tired for this. It baffled me that fantasizing being a girl, waking up as a girl since I was like 5 or 6 wasn't a sign. It was a billboard the size of Amsterdam. I may have missed it for years. Hey, it happens. Again, like, I grew up my entire life knowing that other sexualities existed and thinking I was 100% straight. And, you know, that everyone thought girls were pretty. You know, is how it is sometimes. Especially when we live in a very heteronormative world that is very one way. So we often don't get introduced to a lot of stuff until much later. And that's okay. There's no shame in that either. You're just you. It ain't easy to say when you don't know, but it is something to say. Exactly. Well, and again, like, we live in such a heteronormative world where we get expected to be very one way. And when we find ourselves being other than that, it can feel confusing. I talked about it, not this year, but the year before that, about the fact that I am disabled. I'm autistic. I am what is considered disabled. And, it is taking me up until this year, really, to be comfortable with that, saying that out loud, because I have very much the case of, well, I'm not disabled enough. Which is a whole other can of beans. But, like, I grew up always struggling with things that neurotypical people didn't typically struggle with, specifically in school. And you grow up in a way where like you have your peers and they seem to be fine, and especially as a kid, no one really talks about those things. So you're just kind of struggling quietly by yourself for whatever reason, whether that is because of gender, sexuality, other things. But like I grew up thinking genuinely, damn, I must be stupid. Like straight up, I must be dumb because all my classmates can do homework. No problem. Me trying to keep track of my homework and like my calendar and tests and everything, I was failing hard because it was one of the things, like planning is one of the things I struggled with and still struggle with. And in general, school was very overstimulating. So it was very weird to see, like, I was always very tired. And most of my schoolmates would be, sure, they'd be tired, but not to the level, like, I'd be falling asleep in going to school, during school, going home, when I got home. I'd be sleeping all the time, which is very often, like, common when you're overstimulated. And I just wouldn't understand until, like, much later when I got my diagnosis, and I was like, oh, okay. I wish, you can hug me soon, in a month. We give each other the biggest hugs. It's okay. I feel you. My line of thought was, why be trans if I can't look like a girl? Either Google failed me or I searched up trans men accidentally because I was confused if trans women were male to female or female to male. Fair. Like, it's hard when there's not clear examples either. Burnt out from school is so real. Yo. Yes. Like, I talk about it every now and then. And you know what? I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it live. Because I keep talking about it and then never doing it. I'm gonna add the disabled tag up to my chat, to my stream. There we go. Because I keep saying I want to do that, and then I don't do it. Because oh, you're fine. No worries. It's because my auto mod is on so high for everyone's protection. Trans X means X is the new gender they identify as. You're good. So trans male means they weren't assigned male at birth. Yeah, but like learning those terms, bro, do you know how confused I was when I saw a female, what is it, like AMAB or AFAB? What is it, like female designed, designed? Whoa. Assigned at birth? Assigned female at birth? I don't even know exactly. Like, I know what it means, but I don't know the full words because my brain is mush. Assigned cop at birth. No! Get banned immediately. But like, a bunch of those, you don't get educated on that. Those fucking terms just appear and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck this means. And it's not never in a way to be like, I don't know what it means, so it must be fake. No, it's just, I don't know what it means, so I'm confused. And I don't want to be stupid about it. And it's very hard asking advice on the internet sometimes, because sometimes people are very 0 to 100 kind of with reactions. I've known that for a bit, but it wasn't clear to me when I wasn't even 10. Yeah, exactly, that makes sense. Sex and gender are different from each other, especially depending on one's culture. Yes. Yes. I was just watching a thing with friends, the day before yesterday? And, it's for the duchies under us, it was, Lubach. We were watching that. It's just this talk show host who goes over like the current political state of things and he explains things. And he was explaining there's a new law coming into, or well, is being voted into the Netherlands for trans people to be able to change their identity, like their M or F marker on their passport without having to had surgery. And he was just explaining to people that sex and gender isn't the same thing, and that many years ago that was considered the same thing, but you know, times are changing, so that's not the case anymore. And he explained it so nicely. I always like his explanations of things because he's like a comedian basically. But he explains things so nicely without actually being condescending, but a little bit condescending. But in a way that I could show that to boomers and they would understand and maybe even be understanding. I am drinking water. Thank you, Stella. And I kind of want to show that to some of my family members because they really struggle with... They don't struggle with the concept of trans people. They struggle with the concept of non-binary people. They're like... But, you know, they're just like, why? And I'm like, I can't explain to you why. There isn't really a why. To fuck with everyone. That's why. Yeah, I was watching that and I was just like, I like this. This is nice. This is nice to see that this is being thrown in. I realize I can just use this. It's there for a reason. The only downside when people give me pictures like this rather than... rather than like a reference sheet, is that I can't color pick, so I'm gonna try my best. But I feel like people understand that. That's not much I can do. The only thing I miss from back in the days is that someone could be like, I hit my head, so now I'm the opposite gender, and people would be like, it do be like that. Do you have a lot of these to finish today? Technically I have 4 of them. I don't know if I'm gonna finish them all today or if I'm gonna get tired after doing 2. So we'll see. I'm just vibing and taking my time with them, so... Okay, and then for that, it's like... very neon-y green. That is lighter than this. The peats I also can't see. There we go. I'm thinking about shaving my legs so I can do cricket legs. Ooh, yes. That is a very good feeling. I was thinking about it and then I got too lazy and I was like, actually, I don't feel like doing that. But it is very valid. Because it is, again, very nice feeling. And then the tail. It's got like, I don't know, some shit. I don't know exactly what, but it's okay. And then kind of fade it out. Okay. Cricket legs. Yeah, it's if you shave your legs, they're very smooth. And then if you have like fresh sheets, especially, like that's the best feeling. And you just lay in bed and you rub your legs together. People call that cricket legs. It just feels really nice. Mm. But what I was gonna say before we started talking about gender and sex is one of the reasons why I wanted to be using the disabled tag for a while now, but I hadn't, is besides the fact that I am very open and honest about being autistic, I'm also genuinely going through a bit of a period right now where I'm trying to work through what's it called? Burnout? Autistic burnout? Welcome back, Kasigas. And I'm okay. I want to preface it with that saying that I'm okay, promise. But it can be a little bit of a struggle sometimes because I don't know, like I get tired a lot, and it's sometimes, especially with like stuff like streaming and hobbies, it's very rough because like when it happens, suddenly you don't really even feel like doing the things you like anymore. And especially when it comes to streaming, I feel really bad taking time off. But it is sometimes why I very suddenly take time off for my own health. Because one of the things that I just kind of had to accept is that autistic burnout specifically, it takes a long time. And it takes a lot of self-care. And I think it's important for people to, well, besides be open and honest, for people to understand. And I always find that, I realized I forgot the nose marking, but I always find that understanding is always easier when people know what's going on. Recovery and processing takes longer. Yes, exactly. And it definitely takes a lot longer than I'd like to. Joe, halt. Halt? Ooh, my brain broke. Hello. Thank you for the follow. It's one of the things that I find one of the most frustrating parts about it all is that it takes a lot longer than I would like it all to take. And I'm tired a lot. And that means like I'm usually too tired to draw. Like this year, I have not had as much energy as I would have liked to make art and enjoy myself and just enjoy my own gosh darn hobbies. But that's just especially like that's just one of the reasons why I should be especially kind to myself and such. Because it is just what it is. Brain cells, where can I have some? Ayo, if I had to spare, Y'all could have some, but sadly, I do not have I can't even talk. Brain cells to spare. But you know, it's why I am really quite happy and lucky that I get to talk to chat about these things and create some awareness here and there and have a good space for everyone to be able to talk about those things on in like honesty. That was a very weird feeling the first time I shaved my legs. I want to shave again, but a regular razor is so slow. I miss a lot of hairs. It's also very stubbly after just a day. I want to try using an epilator, but that hurts. That for sure. I will also say some advice in general. This is regardless of gender, by the way. I had to learn this the hard way as well. Try using conditioner instead of shaving cream. It can be a lot softer and easier to shave with. Shaving when you have longer hair is always going to take a longer time. Same, my hair grows back the same like that evening. If I shave my legs in the morning, they're gonna feel fairly smooth that night, but they're the next morning they're gonna be stubbly. That's just an unfortunate side effect of shaving. Hair grows back fast. The other thing is try to moisturize your legs after shaving. It'll help with the overall feeling in general, because your legs can be very dry after shaving. And epilators, I've tried one for a while, but same, they hurt. I have a very high pain tolerance, but it also takes a long time, and it hurts, so it's not for me. But yeah, stuff like Nair, which is like hair thinner remover cream. It's smooth. If you have a better description, please put it in chat, because I don't know. That fucking helps. And yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like, make sure that your legs are already like have been soaked either in the tub or taking a really nice long warm shower. It helps open up the pores and it helps with shaving. I got no brain cells and no bitches, but the cream is specifically for shaving. Yes, it is, but shaving cream can dry out your skin super bad. And like, I don't know if you have sensitive skin or anything, but if you shave like big parts, like your legs, which is a good chunk of your skin, it doesn't feel as nice. And I don't know. In my experience, I've tried both in very genuine ways. I've always had a much better experience with stuff like either some lotion or what was I just saying? My brain is so tired. Not shampoo, the other one that I just said. Conditioner. I'm tired. They make your legs way more slick and also have a tendency to be gentler on your skin. Whereas I find shaving cream specifically to be very drying out of your skin and always leaves me with a rash on my legs. Yes, and that too. It's very good also if you're not experienced. You'll be less likely to cut yourself. Shaving cream is great for your face and stuff, and if you are experienced, but it also very much depends on your skin. I know it's confusing to people sometimes because it's like, yeah, but it's for that. I know. Trust me, I know. I was the same. And then I found the miracle that is using conditioner. Wait, no, fuck, I realized that shit. Damn it. Oh my god. I'm going through all the wrong ones. Biku was muted! I didn't realize. I forgot because of how I have stuff set up now. Wait, where the fuck did... Where did my music even go? OBS, why are you like this? Hold on, I gotta test this. I'm gonna pause my music for a sec.
If you're the type then take a power nap, I will keep the stream busy and I won't take over, I promise.
I mean, I heard it. I heard it twice. No. I'm so sorry, Jurgen. I don't know why the fuck, like, I've been trying to fix everything, but I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I'm using the new, OBS update, and that means I'm using, new settings. And I apologized in the beginning that I was probably gonna have some mistakes regarding my audio because I don't know everything and how everything will turn out. So I apologize once more. I tried to fix it immediately. Did you guys hear him the second time? I think so. Ctrl C and Ctrl V is a very powerful thing.
Stimulate your senses.
It's a bit loud? Oh, really? It's funny that before it... Oh my god. Okay, let me... First off, I'm gonna pause my music for a sec so I can hear myself think. Put up my audio. Biku. Points. I'm just gonna throw a test in there.
This is a test.
Ooh! Yes, that is loud. See, before I couldn't control his audio. Let me lower it a little bit.
This is a test. This is a test. This is a test.
That should be better. Hello, big cakes. Was that last one any better? If it's like this.
This is a test.
Is that still too loud for you guys, or should I can lower it more? I apologize. It's nice now though, because before he was really quiet and it was really hard for people to hear him sometimes. It's good now? Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, improvements, but you know, life struggle. It's fine. Ah. Yeah, I made it so that the music is a little bit quieter for you guys. It's so loud for me now. Okay. The music should be at a similar level that it was at before. I just changed some of the levels. Thank you for, as I said, apologies, and thank you for bearing with me. We're fixing my problems live. That's why you love me! Have you ever played Cyberpunk? No. No, I have not. I wanted to, for the sole reason that I love Matrix Man. My brain is so dead. What's his name? Why can I not think of his name? I love him so much. Keanu Reeves. Jesus. Yes, Marsh. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all know who I meant. I love him. But when it came out, I saw the reviews and I was like, that's a lot of money for a game that seems that buggy. And I heard they fixed a lot. Which, good. But I just, at that point, I wasn't interested anymore. My man. Let me wait for it to be patched. I hear it's better now. Yeah, that's what I heard. It has some weird heavy stuff in it too. I mean, I know that, but I should be fine. It's not something I'd stream, for sure. I bought it just because of the wake of the fuck up. I bought it just because of the wake, the fuck up, we have a city to burn, but haven't played it ever. I bought the game and refunded it after an hour because the game crashed and every time I started it up, it would crash before I even had any menus. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't buy a lot of games on release anyway because games are expensive, and especially if it's a game that I'm not sure about, then I'm not about to spend hella cash on it. But the entire everything just made me genuinely glad that I didn't. And like, I'm glad they fixed a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think I can do without. There's so many other games that I'd prefer to play. It was like half off, but still I was so disappointed I couldn't even play. That's fair. Fawns! Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 7 months. Thank you. Gosh, my did the sound play for that? Oh god. I really should have tested all that shit before going live. But I did not. Because I forgot about it. Hey. No? You guys didn't hear the bring bring sound? Why the fuck would it not play that? Because it plays through... Your motto's so pretty, thank you! Thank you so much. I worked very hard on it. Thank you for talking about your experiences with autism. For a person that has been diagnosed since I was a baby, my experience is a lot different, but it's nice to hear people talk about special people that are born female. Thank you. No problem. I got diagnosed when I was 15-ish, 16, somewhere there. So fairly young for a girl, but still. And I am happily aware that it's very different for everyone. Like everyone's neurodiverse experience is very different because it's a spectrum and not just one thing. But I try to be very open, and I'm glad people find comfort. I didn't, at least that's okay. Let me just test it real quick. I'm glad they're that, I don't know, I'm glad it can bring comfort, and I'm happy to share my experience, and I think it's very important, especially because I am an adult, and one of the things that I've always found most frustrating is that a lot of information out there is aimed for adults about their kids, like specifically their young sons. I'm like, that's not how this works. All right, let me test this. Yeah, that would play through my desktop audio, huh? And I hear it twice, which is great. But I have that muted because I was separating my audios. I'm gonna do a quick thing. Stream notifications. Y'all didn't hear any of those, right? Those were fake. I was testing the audio. Control audio via OBS. Did I find it? Well, first off, I'm gonna put them a lot lower. Yay! I'm learning! Yay! Did you guys hear that one? I think so, because it popped up for me. Yeah! Oh, good! Yay! I fixed it! Oh my god. How the hell is this picture of a bond suite behind a tree better than the one on the tree? I don't know what you're talking about. Cozy Kigu. I'm back, welcome back! You missed me trying to fix my notification audio. I was diagnosed when I was 11 because my teacher suspected it. When I was diagnosed, I felt like that teacher treated me worse. Every time I got into trouble, the teacher either didn't let me tell my side or interrupted me halfway through. That fucking sucks. I'm very sorry to hear about that. I relate in this, in a, not the same sense, but like just teacher sense that I got diagnosed, like I said, when I was like 15, 16. And I had a teacher who straight up didn't believe me, even though I had a official diagnosis and extra guidance in school. And she was a math teacher, and like I needed extra help with math, and she just straight out refused. She was like, "No, it's fake. You're lying." And the school board didn't believe me when I said that she told me that I was lying about my autism. My mom believed me. But yeah, it never got anywhere. She just fucking sucked. Some teachers, man, I don't understand. Why be a teacher if you're gonna be like that? You know? Some teachers are just bad. Yes. We just fake it, right? Like, yes, let me go into therapy as a kid and have an official diagnosis. But it's actually fake because that'll help me. Yeah, I'm struggling in school for fun. Fun. I don't know, man. Some teachers are fucking weird and rude, and I hate it. And I hate every time I hear a teacher be fucked up, I'm just like so ready to yell at them. Because again, like, you're gonna have kids with special needs in your class, man. Um, yes, I'm a child. I'm just making this up. Making up this experience. Also, a kid needing help is expected. If you can't help them as a teacher, you shouldn't be one. Exactly. And like, if, oh, if you don't like having kids in your class that need a little extra help, consider getting fucked. What, did I not save it as a PNG? There we go. Some teachers got a license with a pack of butter. Really, though. I will never understand. Because, like, I quite like kids. I wanted to become a teacher when I was in school. Younger grade, mind you, but I really wanted to become a teacher because I like helping kids. And to this day, I always love working with kids. I've had some lovely experiences, luckily. That wasn't being a teacher, but where I still got to work with kids in my old job. And it was just so nice. Like, and I don't know, man. It's not that complicated. Is it like, sure, sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes it's gonna take more energy than you might want it to. But guess what? Like, kids are just kids, and all they really need is someone to relate to them a little bit and treat them with respect. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, where the fuck? Oh, because I'm in PNGs right now. It's like, where did my base go? Hello, cat. I did save you as a side, don't even. I got into trouble once and she set me aside and forgot she put me there. Later I heard her walk by and she thought I ran home. She also told me that I shouldn't act a type of way because I would be bullied again. They fucking knew and didn't do anything. I was suicidal the year I was bullied and said that once. My parents never found out because the school didn't want to tell them. I'm really sorry, man. I'm not a huge fan of the of the school system in general. It it's truly just where the heck? Sorry, I'm trying to do this at the same time. It's truly just a fucking wild experience, and I don't get why. I don't understand it. I don't understand why it has to be this difficult. And also, hello, Obsidian! How's it going? I will, note that I appreciate everyone always being open, but I will remind everyone that this is a stream chat, and, one, don't dox yourself, so don't spread too much of your personal information out there, and two, I don't mind this conversation topic at all. I feel like it's good and healthy to be open. But yeah, just remind yourself that while it might not be triggering for you to talk about, it might be triggering for other people to read it. Compassion should be a mandatory trait for teachers. Yes. Yes, I agree. Very much. Alright. In the meantime, we are moving on to the next character, because the other one got finished. This is not a furry. I'm just gonna do a thing where I fill up the mouth, I think. Because they have a different mouth, but we'll see. It's hard to test for that, though, I agree. Valid. And yeah, share only what you're comfortable with, but do exercise caution with info. Yes. My bank account remains unfixed and I cry because dang, I wanted Halloween kigu. Oh, I'm sorry, Obsidian. I was thinking of throwing up the kigu base, not the specific ones, but this one, because I have a base one without the colored in versions on my coffee, so people could buy the base for it'd be cheap, like nothing much, but if people wanted to draw their own characters with it and such. Because I have yet to release a base and I think that'd be nice and cute. My cat was inside for a whole second and then left again. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Polkip. Not as good as Noi art, but good backup. Yeah, no, I feel you and I understand, but it's just like, you know, I mean, I talked about it before, is that I can't do as many as I would like to. Like when I did these 2 years ago, I was luckily able to do a lot, which was great. But Um, I am very busy, so I want to just finish these four and kind of just move on. Because I also have another commission to finish and I still have a coffee reward to finish as well. Right, they don't have a tail, so that makes it easy for me. I just need to edit the line art to not have Pete's. I love the hair, looks very nice. Thank you. Just gonna put a little like this. The mouth is where it gets interesting, because honestly, I can kind of just... I need to preemptively erase, because it's gonna bother me. How are you all doing? I'm doing good! How are you? I'm just having a nice cozy day because it's been so cold, which is kind of nice. My cat does the same thing. He's a sneaky shadow man. She comes in and comes for cuddles, but right now apparently it's the big explorer hours, so it's okay though. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. Update, I may fall asleep, but I will still be listening. No worries, Smooth. Rest up. Nice dream dreams. I'm doing amazing. Just got back from a barbecue. Hell yeah. Did you have anything nice for the barbecue? Little demon pumpkin. I love it. Yeah, it's a little pumpkin man. What if you fall asleep but wake up to comment? I mean, you do have quite a soothing voice. Oh, thank you. Someone said that on TikTok as well. And I was quite flattered. I never considered myself to have a very soothing voice, but I appreciate it. I appreciate people thinking so. Always comfies with my homies. Hell yeah. Yeah, mine will run up to you when you're outside and rub your legs and get pets. Then you look away for a second and poof, he's gone. Oh. I prepared some ribs, burgers, and some, I don't know how you say it in English, but speklappen. It's kind of like bacon, but it's like thicker meat. So I know what you mean. I saw the new one about the dono and it was so cute. Yeah, I posted that today. I clipped that the other day, but it made me laugh. Just the inability to speak, because y'all did it to me. Light sleep, but can still hear. Yeah, no worries, Smooth. You get some rest. It's thicker than bacon. Yeah, it's like bacon, but it's not. Pork belly? Might be. I don't really know. I don't eat a lot of pork. So. Wait, people actually dream about stuff in their dream, like, regularly? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that differs per person. I know people who don't dream a lot. I know myself. I tend to have a lot of busy dreams. But a lot of things can affect that. I remember having a friend who didn't dream much because of the medication he was on. Some people just don't remember their dreams very often. So, hard to generalize that. Yeah, I have several dreams a night, and my fiancé rarely has dreams. Yeah, dreams are so far, like, the experience of people with dreams are so far apart because, I don't know, they don't really know a lot about it yet, specifically. So there isn't really a stable explanation. I had a very pleasant dream the other day where I was dating a monster boy, and it was very nice. I remember a dream where I was running away from a bear, but went back to get my croc because it fell off. Oh. Monster boy? Yes. What kind of monster boy? Actually, non-specific. Like, it was kind of werewolfy in the fact that he sort of like, it was more like a shadow. It was very non-specific, right? Because it's a dream and dreams don't really make sense. Where 1 second a person looks like a person and the next they look like not a werewolf per se. It was more like a huge feathered werewolf almost. Imagine Howl, but made out of just pure black. It was an experience. It's just so hard to describe because it was just a weird ass dream. I went to London, saw him and his friends, and was like, they look cool. We went out, like, I went out with them to a pub or something, to a pub and then to a park, and then someone attacked him while we were on a little date, and then he turned into a mega monster man, and I was like, I like this. This says something about me, but I like this. But it was really funny and nice, and he was very nice. He protected me. And then I woke up and I was like, the fuck? Also disappointing because monster men aren't real. Gotta love brains and what they come up with when they're unconscious. Yeah. Oh, and stress affect your dreams a lot. I find when I'm very stressed, I have a lot of what I call anxiety dreams. Smash or pass. Smash! 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 Hella smash! Listen. I'm a simple person. Give me a monster person, and I'm like looking. Who wouldn't want a date with a respectful monster boy? I'm still thinking about my dream of Oscar Isaac. What a look. Honestly, it was. Anxiety dreams and stress dreams are my least fave. The teeth falling out one always messes me up for the day after I have it. Yeah, same. It's also because like I'm already very scared when it comes to dental stuff, like my dental health and such, even though I go to the dentist every 6 months. But I hate those dreams so much. And I have a lot of like dreams where something that like, you know how anxiety makes up just some bullshit and like just random fears that aren't real, and then you dream about it and then you're extra upset because you know it's not real, but now you're like, now it happened in your mind. Like, you know, your partner cheating on you, if you're like anxious about that or something, or like failing a test, then you dream about it and you're like, why? Why this? Now I have a detailed experience of the feeling that I didn't want. When you woke up, you were like, no monster boy? Basically. It's disappointing. Don't get me wrong. Real life boy is pretty great. Nothing can beat monster boys. Hello? You can tell me I'm wrong. But actually, no, I'm not. You are. Because have you considered monster boys? But now you're thinking about the possibility. I'm 23 and I still have high school test nightmares. Yo, I'm 27 and I still have dreams where I'm lost in high school. My high school wasn't even that big, but I keep having dreams about like, well, not very often, but every now and then I still have dreams where I'm like lost in the building and like I'm late and now I'm gonna fail my class and I'm gonna get yelled at by everyone. Give on my classroom. Monsters and aliens, give me the works. Exactly. Do they have to look humanoid? No, I ain't no coward. Monster fuckers only in this chat. I'm joking. You don't have to, but if you don't, we will. Who was my crush in fucking what's the space game where Garrus is in? Give me Garrus, although he still looks very humanoid. But he has a little uwu mouth. Mass Effect, exactly. But they don't need a typical human face for me to fall in love with them. I dreamt about dreaming and then waking up when I had a test, just for me to wake up, not being able to sleep anymore. Jesus. Those are the worst too. I hate that though, when I dream about being over at like a friend's place or something. and then I wake up and I'm not there. And I'm like, well, why did I dream about it then? Now I'm home and I'm not at my friend's place, and now I don't get to hang out with my friend right now. Tell me that, brain. Holy Christmas, how on earth does high school have such lasting mental effect? Trauma. Trauma is how. Trauma, baby. You don't want to fuck monsters? More for us. Exactly. Once you pass up. Exactly. Again, do they have to look human? No, I ain't no coward. Give me big monster men, big monster women, big monster non-binaries. Just give me big monsters. Are they sweet? Are they nice? Will they take care of me? I'm gonna fall in love. I'm gonna tell you right now. I love the trope of looks scary, but is actually very nice and sweet. It's my favorite. A treat. Just for me. Delicious. Delicioso, bitch. Fucking hell yeah. I've lived in several houses, and I sometimes dream I'm in different houses that I've lived in, and I wake up in a different city, and that's so confusing. Yes. Yes. I sometimes dream about my childhood home, and I'm just like, when I wake up, so confusing. I'll fuck an insect lady with a lot of eyes and hairy legs. Fuck yeah. I will pass up on the insect people because I'm arachnophobic and I don't know what the word is when you're scared of insects. So those are for you. But like, I don't judge. It's for you. More for you. More bug hands to hold for you. Entophobia. I think so? I don't know. I always forget. I just know if it has more than 4 legs, I'm scared. That's when my brain is like, no, no. Nuh-uh. No likey. Or the half dreams where you use your phone just for you to open your eyes and not to have done anything. Yeah. Just dreams in general can really fuck with us. I definitely have days where I'm like, I would love to not dream so that I feel less tired when waking up. Because when you do have stress dreams, you wake up and you're like, I'm still tired. This is fake. Why? Who cheated me out of my sleep? Turns out it's me. I'm my own enemy. Goddamn. Oh, hell yeah. More links for me. Entomophobia. Missed a bit. Fair. Who's this cute, scary lad in this? I have no idea in the sense that, he's someone's OC. Oh, there's no name on here. Can't trust anyone, not even yourself. Exactly. Just holding a knife up to myself like, damn it, bitch. Why you do this? What was your least favorite subject in secondary school and why? What the fuck is secondary school? I don't know what the translation, if that's just what we, because we have kindergarten, school, high school, college. We do not have middle school. Middle or high school? Okay, so high school? What was my least favorite? Probably German, actually. I fucking hated math, but I hated German more. And biology. German because we had teachers that kind of were really annoying and kind of didn't want to teach us shit. Okay, I know they use pure black, but I can't because then you won't be able to see shit. So I'm gonna use a close, but not exact color. Um, in math I just sucked. Yeah, biology, same. Depends on the country. Yeah, it's not the same everywhere. Imagine learning about California Gold Rush for at least 6 years in a row. God, I would die on the spot. Art is either really fun or the worst thing ever. I loved art class, but I was lucky to have chill art, like art teachers. German and French are the worst. In the sense, like, my problem with them is that we just didn't have teachers that were fun when it came to those subjects. And I think that sucks because I love languages. You know? Yeah, really depends on your teacher. Yeah. It's so unfortunate too, because like it can be such a fun subject. Maybe if I zoom in, I see what I'm doing. You know? Um, Noi, how many languages do you speak? 2. Dutch and English. I understand a very slight bit of German. Uh, an extremely slight. Nah, I don't even understand French anymore. I don't even want to say I do. And I was able to read a little bit of Korean, but not enough to really say I understand the language. So, um, say my school required to get a 70%, 75% or not to mention those teachers were strict as hell, so I'm glad I dropped it in my 3rd year. Same. Yeah, we have a different grading scale. Ours is 1 to 10, and a 5.5 is technically still a passing grade. Um, because they don't hate us as much, I guess. I think the American system would make me cry, genuinely. Um, America is just special. Let it leave it at that. Yeah, just genuinely, again, I think the American grading system would have fucking terrified me. You also don't get your homework judged. Like, I don't have to prove whether I did my homework. They'll find out if you did your homework or not. By doing the tests, you get graded on your tests. No, they don't grade your homework. Drinking some more water. Ugh. I think that is everything. It's so dumb. There we go. Trying to find the right color sometimes. It can be hard. Dutch tests are harder because there are almost no multiple choice tests, and teachers were very strict with what you did and didn't count. That's a lot more memorizey. My exams were mostly multiple choice though. I think it depends on what subject you study and like what kind of school you go to. I just know generally no homework gets judged or graded. And I don't know about tests being harder or anything. I can't really safely say that because it's not like I've done any American testing to compare it with. And I genuinely don't remember what my tests in high school were like. Like whether I did get a lot of, fuck! Me. I just saved it as the base. I fucked up. See, this is why I need to pay attention and not try to have a whole conversation at the same time. Alright, give me 1 second. I need to fix this. First, I'm gonna save this as what it actually needs to be. And then I gotta fix my, base file. But yeah, you guys chat amongst yourselves. I'll read later. But I need to focus to fix this folder. I should have it in here. At least. Why can I not? Here. I guess because it's folders. You... No, I actually do need you. Do I need to copy them over individually? Probably. Oh, what might work. Yes, that did work. I just gotta put everything in the right thing again. No, that does not work, because it doesn't do the layers properly. Sorry guys, I just really have to fix this, because if I don't, I'm screwed later. Group. First one is multiply at 100. You're fine. Oh, this is a shine layer. Usually I pay attention when saving, but luckily I had saved a different one. Take your time. I will, thank you. Line layers, bap, and a folder. Bap. You. Clip. Okay, good, 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 good. And then put all of that in its own separate layer and call it. Okay. There we go, okay. Because I would scream if I fuck up my base. Because that makes it unusable in the future. Heh. Let's see, what did you guys all talk about? Though to be fair, my contest for literature. Yeah, I truly think it's dependent on subject, what kind of school you go to. Like, it's so different per school. And I find, oh, sorry, I have to yawn. I find that American school systems are really not that easy to compare to the Dutch school system and vice versa, because there's pros and cons to both. Like, one thing that I would really love is the ability to get a GED here. But you can't. And there are sort of similar things, but they don't hold the same weight. And there's just a lot of things that work so differently. That that I find it insanely hard to compare. Being aware of different systems is good though. Like, it helps you know what you want changes in, if any. So if you don't graduate, you're screwed. Sort of. You don't have to be. So, I've mentioned it before. I dropped out of high school, so I do not have a degree. And you can still go to college. You just have to get through like an admissions test, I guess. And you can also go back to school regardless. But yeah, you can't drop out of high school then get a GED later. Stress bees. The difference is on average a Dutch school is closer to being below the ocean than the other. True. It's basically if you fail to graduate high school on time, you can come back to get your GED instead of your high school diploma. They do not hold the same weight, however. Don't you need proof of income to do that? It depends. You can drop out of high school if you get what... I don't know what the English word is, but if you get your leerplicht cancelled. I'm not gonna get into how, what, why. But yes, you can get that all done. You can drop out within means. You can't just drop out, obviously. GED isn't equal to a high school degree. Lets you go to college or get jobs. Yeah, that's fair. Over here, if you are 21, you can get what is called a 21 test. And if you do that, then you can get in college. Otherwise, I don't know how it works. Not currently anyway, because shit has changed as well. I thought you needed a proof of income to cancel that. Obviously, no. There are very different ways of why and how you can get all of that settled. But like I said, I don't really want to get into the nitty-gritty of that. But there are many ways in which, in the Netherlands, you have to have a high school degree. Or, like, you can't just drop out of high school without notice. You have to fill in forms. Basically, sort of. I don't even know. It's very complicated and hard to explain in not my native language. But there are many ways on how you can get that done, basically. What happens if you just drop out? Your parents can get fined. And later on, you can get into some real big fucking trouble. Not you personally, especially because you're underage most of the time, but your parents will be. It's so that it's a law that is in place so that parents don't pull their kids out of high school for them to start working early. It's basically a law that's there to protect you. But as per usual, no one thought about fucking disabled kids. Oh, if we didn't have their plicht. Yeah. Let me put it like that. It's not easy to get out of it, for sure. It requires quite a lot of paperwork. If you don't show up to school here, they send the cops if your parents don't have an excuse of absence. Over here, there's like a separate government agency that first talks to the kid at school if you're absent a lot. And then if you continue to be absent a lot, your parents will get in trouble and they'll come to your home to see why you're absent, etc. But again, it's mostly there so that parents don't pull their kids out of school. Alright, what I think I'm gonna do... I'm a little tired of doing this because my brain is a little tired. So I'm gonna look for other things to work on, and otherwise we can just sit here and talk. Because sometimes my brain do not want to do the whole dry for 4 hours. You know? You feel me? Because I still also have this one to work on, but that's shading, and I feel like I need a brain cell to continue working on this. So I don't think that that's a good idea. I think, honestly, we're just gonna put the tablet away, and we're just gonna sit here and talk for a little bit. It's been a while. Just gonna put my actual physical tablet, close my art program, there we go. Hello! How's everyone doing? I'm gonna change my thing to just chatting. Let's see. I could do that live. Man, I haven't sat in a just chatting stream in a very long time. There we go. If you don't show up to school here, they send... Yeah, I read that. However, if you are on the higher level of high school, you can skip exams and go to college after your 3rd year. Yes, but basically how that works is you need some kind of degree, because if you then drop out of high school and do not get... or drop out of college and do not get a degree and do not have proof of income, they can still come after your ass, except now you are the one who's getting fined rather than your parents, because now you're an adult. I've had friends who had to battle these people because of shit like that. You recently get any boba? Actually, I had boba yesterday. Shrimp and I went into town and we went to the Asian supermarket, and they had boba there. It's not as good as the one here. I prefer my boba here in town, but I did have boba. And I'm probably gonna have boba again this weekend because I like boba. The tardy cops. Perhaps they aren't cops there though. No, they're not cops. It's like a government agency thing. It's like separate from the school, separate from cops. Like it's a whole like separate system so that it is biased in a sense to help kids. I remember them saying stuff like, well, we'll send you to, but I forget what it's called. Fair. Man, sounds like predatory behavior to me. Well, again, like I said, what frustrates me with it is like, I'm glad that the system is in place, but it's a system that's put in place for shit like, you know, maybe 50 years ago, where your parents would be like, all right, you don't need a fucking education to start working the fields or some shit, right? Just go be a farmer. So it's, initially it was there to protect people, and then now it's just kind of shit. And I don't like how it's set up for people who, like me, like if you're disabled, you have to get through a lot of paperwork, or just through certain situations. It can be very tough. Child labor and stuff, but not applicable so much now. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of parents now that are like, ah, yes, let me pull you out so that you can make less than minimum wage. Because it's also illegal to hire kids. So, it was the best choice I made a long time ago. I hated the HAFO environment. HAFO is a high school level here, by the way. I couldn't concentrate in class, but didn't have the energy to do the work at home. Yeah, I don't necessarily regret dropping out of high school, although it wasn't much of a choice on my end. I would have liked to had a high school degree. But it was in the end better for me. I just wish schools were better. It's there to make sure kids can get good work, but it's just getting worse as time goes on. Well, it's because they don't adjust it with time. If they adjusted it to work for how it is now, because like school in general doesn't get adjusted for how workplaces are set up to be now. Like you still get prepared to work in an environment. Oh, sorry, I punched my mic. In an environment that doesn't really exist anymore. So all like it's not bad that it's there, it needs to get updated. And a lot of those things do, like a lot of those kind of things I always find are so outdated. Now that I'm sitting here and just chatting, I'm also gonna switch how my OBS looks. Hello, can I? There we go. Make my chat bigger so I can see you guys better. But yeah, it's hard to explain every detail and such because like I'm speaking English, but like English isn't my native language. The same could be said for America. A lot of these systems are outdated. I think a lot of school systems in general are very outdated and could do with a lot of updating. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it. The government in general is very slow and indecisive. It's frustrating to see at this point. Agreed. Agreed. It's why I was saying that I was quite happy to see the new law that they're trying to vote into place, like the transgender law, to change your... It's such a weird thing to say, the transgender law. But just to have things be changed on your passport, because all of that is so outdated. And I agree with what Lubach said, where, first of all, why does your gender even need to be on your passport? And if it is, then let it be gender and not sex. Because sex is like what you're born with, and that's irrelevant to how you carry yourself in the outside. It's only really relevant to yourself and to a medical provider, because unfortunately there are things that you might be more likely to get if you're born with certain parts. Small side notes, I drew some kitties and put them in the art channel. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a peek. I'm glad I stopped drawing. That mistake was such an indicator of like, I need to stop. I'm tired. And this is not gonna help me. They're cute! Aww! Obsidian, I love that. Hell yeah. Didn't the conservative side of the government try making it about identifying as an animal? Oh yeah, that was Cherry, who I hate with a passion. But I also don't want to talk too much about politics, because I find nothing more exhausting than talking about politics. Your chromes be telling a story, and everyone is different. Everyone's is different. Yes. Thank you, no problem. Again, I can't stress enough how happy I am with people sharing their art in the channel. Always makes me so happy. It's been so nice seeing the server grow over the past years. I'm happy people like being there. Oof, mood. America's all politics at this point, and I'm tired of it. That, and it's a very jaded, topic. It's also, like, we're talking about Dutch politics, which half of the chat isn't even gonna understand. Like you could understand the gist of it, but I don't know. I don't like talking about it at this point. I'll talk about it with my dad and my friends, but not on stream chat. It's not a fun topic. It's fucking exhausting. I didn't hear earlier, but what flavor of boba did you get? I got strawberry. I usually get strawberry. Because I like strawberry a lot. Strawberry has become my favorite very fast. Because I've also tried peach, because I love peach drinks. But I don't know. Strawberry is so like it's such a good balance of very sweet and then very like green tea is very bitter in a way. So it has such a nice flavor balance. And then with strawberry popping boba. I tried making art, but the thing I was wondering on was not only inverted, but also upside down. Oh no! Oh, working on, sorry. It happens. Good flavor, sweet and soft and smooth. Yes. Strawberry mango is my go-to. I have not tried strawberry mango. I don't know. There's a new place near me that also sells boba that's within walking distance. So I kind of want to try boba from there. And I think they might have strawberry mango. I could try it. I think that'd be nice. But that would be very, like, good thing to try. I'm very basic. If I find the flavor I like, I stick to it. Give my flavor a go and tell me what you think. I will, for sure. Like, I kind of want to get groceries tomorrow anyway, so maybe when I am going back from groceries, I can give myself a little treat and try it out. Because why not, you know? It's so funny. I had never tried boba, and then now I know for sure that I like the fruity bobas with the popping bobas, and that I'm okay with the milk tea bobas, but they're not my favorite. But now I'm like fully in a mood where I'm just like, little boba treat for me every other week or so. Yes, yes. We need a Noicakes boba tier list. Oh boy. Do I need to become a real VTuber and make tier lists about stuff? My problem is that with that specifically, I haven't tried a bunch of flavors because I will find one flavor and stick with that for the rest of my life. Very happily. So I don't know. I don't know how effective that would be. I could like guess. And it also truly depends where I get it from. Because like I said, the place that I got boba yesterday, I like it, but I like the one here much better. I find that the one I get here is usually way better balanced. It's a lot more bitter. They also put lemon and mint in the drink. But I kind of like that. I like that it's a little bit more bitter because otherwise strawberry boba from that other place can be very sweet. And that's a lot coming from me considering that I love sweet stuff so much. Calypso Studio Paint took a bit for me to figure out. That's fair. It's a big program with a lot of options. So that's understandable. Oh my gosh. What time is it even? It is almost 10. Okay. Oh yeah, I've had it for years and I'm still finding new things on it. Yes. Yes, absolutely yes. I don't think like I'm a very simple person. It's why I love Psy so much. There isn't a lot that is new and complicated, so it's very easy for me to use. It's great. 'Cause I do not have the brain cell, and I find programs like that to be so overwhelming. But that's for me though. That's my personal experience. Not absolutely no dish for anyone who does use it. I think it's a great program. I just don't think it's for me. I still know very little, but I can at least I bet I can use it at least. Hell yeah. If you have any questions, I'll help you if I can. Nice. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I do like that these days there's a lot more like tutorials out there and people willing to help. Back when I used Photoshop and such, I was trying all these programs out by myself and finding all the options by myself rather than having tutorials teach me. It's why I'm very grateful when I see other artists on here, like on Twitch or wherever when they're streaming, and I see them do a thing, and I see that they're using Psy, and if they're willing to explain to me how, I'm just like, oh, yes, thank you, because it can be so much. Oh, I'm just gonna pull the mic a little bit over here. Teacher Obsidian. Nah, I'm more just helper. I'm not cool enough to be a teacher. I think you're cool enough, but hey, it's okay. I'm always happy to show people things as well, and I'm happy that my community here is the same, where, I don't know, whenever people ask me how I do certain things when it comes to art, I'm just like, hell yeah, let me show you. So, I don't know, I get excited when other people here are like, hell yeah.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear the signal. Beep.
No. 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 Absolutely not. I ain't running. The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage. Good lord, how to give everyone from the States fucking PTSD. When I learned Gaussian blur, yo, yes. Yes. Gaussian blur, chef's kiss, right there. Mwah, just great. Love it. War flashbacks to Pacer test. Potato Lord! Thank you so much for the follow. Why? Now I didn't even hear a sound. But thank you so much for the follow. I don't... Did I not fix it? I'm confused. It's trauma at this point. Yes. I mean, I told the story last time where I passed out during our pacer test at school because someone's knee ran into my head and I blacked out. Drop this! My crown! Thank you. You're so sweet. And head pads! Thank you. Hey, hey. Y'all giving me things as an excuse for me to use. Knife. Oh, my tacos. Speaking of, I also still have my knife. I need to draw a different one. Or maybe I need to make the toggle on my model built in. Like these, you know, where it switches everything.
Hello. Is this a fast food restaurant? I'll take a double triple bossy deluxe, on a raft, 4x4 animal style, extra shingles with a shimmy and a squeeze, light axle grease, make it cry, burn it, and let it swim.
Not a fast food restaurant, but we might be able to do that. Who knows? Oh my god. I'll take a triple bossy deluxe. Alright, coming on up. Why grab it like that? Is because it's a sticker, man. Tim Hortons is starting to do burgers. What is a Tim Hortons? This sounds American. And I do not know it. Oh, it's not even American. Canadian Duncan? Fair. New toggle. It's just these combined. Coffee place. Fair. Oh.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
I think cakes. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up cakes. Cakes. Come back here, cakes. Listen. You listening? Okay, good. Cakes. This is not a fast food restaurant. This is a bakery. We serve sweets, pastries, and coffee. Okay? Like drinks. No cheese. No cheese. Okay? Sir, this is a Wendy's. No, this is not a Wendy's. Oh.
Grapes? You picked the wrong house, fool.
Sorry, that broke him because I still had him up. Grapes? I do actually have grapes in the fridge. They're not on the menu.
Fast food place? Got it.
No! Cakes! No! No! This is not a fast food place. Damn it. Trying to learn him. Trying to teach him. Got any grapes? Is this the dog song? In the fridge? Yes. Because I like them cold. And I'd like them to not spoil as fast. Also, how is he gonna eat all that food? I'm hoping he's sharing it with his friends. But, you know, I'm concerned. His diet is mostly donuts. So I'm glad he's, you know, experimenting with other things. Ew, the idea of him trying to eat donuts with cheese now is in my head and I don't like it. He's got friends? Yes. I'm his friend. Oh, and we have other imps in the cafe. We have other imps. I showed them before. Besides my mods, we just have whole imps who help me run the bakery. Do we even have a Dunkin' in the Netherlands? We do. We do have Dunkin' Donuts in the Netherlands. I think it's either a Dunkin' or I think it's a Dunkin'. I've seen one recently. Yeah, in the fridge. Cold grapes, and then you put them under cold water, and bam, super hydrating snack. Yes! Exactly. Many imps. Exactly. Many, many imps. You just find him in the bakery stacking donuts with random ingredients. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I can't stop him. He's an imp, you know? Like, he can eat whatever he wants. But at the same time, I worry if it's that healthy. Must have missed it. It's okay. It's just lore stuff, but it's fine. I need to redraw them anyway. But they're in my BRB screen, the other imps. As someone with cats, I can say those little gremlins will eat 3 of their dinners and still meow for more food. Yes, true, fair. My dog will beg my dad for food when he didn't even finish the stuff in his bowl. Yeah, Bijou did that not even yesterday, today. Mine gets a little wet food go-gurt and he acts like he hasn't had one so he can get more by walking to the fridge and screaming. Yeah, today, Bijou absolutely still had dry food in her bowl because she has an automatic feeder. And then she wanted wet food, obviously. I was like preparing my dinner and she just kept like weaving in between my legs and being like, meh, meh. She has such an old lady meow now. She sounds so scrungly, but it's cute. And I was just like, you have food. What is your problem? Just meh, meh. I was like, fine, you can have a little wet food. I give her like the soup and then I add extra water because I want her to be healthy. The vet was very proud of her though. Like, she's very healthy. Her teeth are in excellent condition. She's the perfect weight for her age. She's already 9. Turning 10? Next year? I have her passport somewhere. It has her date of birth in there. Or, well, her estimated date of birth, because she was found on the streets as a little baby. Mine has such a broken meow too. I wish I could record it, but he just does it so out of pocket randomly. Yeah, Bijou doesn't meow a lot either. She generally only meows when she comes inside from being outside to tell me hello, and when I'm in the kitchen every now and then, but not every day either. I love your baby so much. Yeah, I love her too. She's so good. I love her. She used to have such a little like baby meow, like such a high pitch, just mew, and now it's so scrungly and I love it. My cats would rather to and steal fruit, full well knowing they won't eat it, than eating dry food. Oh my god. Bijou doesn't actually steal food anymore, which is good. Cat passport? Yeah, it's like, I get her vaccinations every year, and they note them in there. Just in case. I don't ever drop her off anywhere other than my dad. But if you want to put a cat in, hostel? What's the word when you go on vacation and you have those places that take care of your pets? I can't think of the word. But when you bring them there, you need to have the passport with proof of vaccinations. More like a care center, yeah. Cat hotel, basically. Mine will get up in your face if you have cereal because he has an unhealthy obsession with milk. He'll straight up dip his paw in your bowl. Bijou actually loves mozzarella. And again, she won't steal from your plate, but the second you have something with mozzarella, she's suddenly very close and just like, that's for me, right? I can have some. Right? Also, if you want to travel places with vaccine requirements. True, but I would never really do that with my cat. Unless I really had to. But no. Mine's a cheese cat too. I give him small bits of cheese occasionally. Our cheese. Yes. Yeah. She loves that shit. I don't really have cheese in the house, like, ever, but I do like mozzarella on pizza. And whenever I have it, she's just focused. But it's okay. She's very well behaved. She gets a little, besides her usual treats, like she gets treats every now and then anyway. Sometimes when I put liverwurst on my sandwiches, she gets a little piece. Because it's basically pate. So, it's not that different. Mine wanted a chocolate chip cookie from me today. Most cats were lactose intolerant like most mammals, but it's getting rarer because humans give adult cats milk. Really? I don't, because I know they're not supposed to have milk. Also, I'm lactose intolerant, so why the fuck would I have milk in the home? You know? But I guess that makes sense? Huh. Note to everyone who owns cats, don't give them milk. Unless you want to clean up a lot of shit. Quite literally. It's not fun. Milk is the goat? I do not agree. I do not agree. You can have all the milk. I dislike milk so much. I'll have flavored milk. I try not to give him milk, but sometimes he's determined. That's fair. Like, obviously it happens, but like, I'd never straight up give them a whole bowl. But yeah, I mean, it happens. Milk by itself. Disgusting. Just give me chalky milk. Strawberry milk. Fristy. Just a bit in a spoon. Yeah, exactly. Y'all are just haters. Nah, we all have good taste. Don't know what to tell you, man. You're in a minority here. I do not know a lot of people that like milk. Very big haters for milk. The only milk I like is fictional Big Mommy milkers, and that's it. The rest, like straight up normal milk. But again, here's the thing. If we all don't like milk, that means more milk for you. I will be a minority with strong bones, thank you. You know that's a myth, right? You do know that's a myth, right? I've never drank milk, really, in my life. And I've also never broken a bone. Okay. Okay. I was just like, please tell me the Dutch didn't fool you that hard. I wish I could upload vids to the server because I have a 30-second video of my cat playing computer games impossible for my fiance. Oh, that's so cute. Milk is good with cookies and sweetbreads. Y'all have your milk. Miniature bones. I mean, no, I still don't agree. But you know, again, y'all can have the milk and I'ma just sit here, milkless and happy. You know? I'll be okay with that. My family didn't know lactose intolerance is normal for adult animals and didn't listen when I said we should stop giving our cats milk or at least keep an eye out if they're lactose intolerant. Huh. Yeah, but most people don't know that, specifically with cats, because it's such a thing, right? Where people give cats milk. But that's same with like bunnies. People think that you can give bunnies carrots and lettuce, etc. Specifically carrots, though. And it's not that you can't altogether, it's just that you shouldn't give them that as their sole diet for sure, and not a lot either when you do give them carrots, because it actually has way too much sugar for them. It's like feeding someone pure sugar. Only candy as their diet. But cartoons teach people wrong things. And like I said, same with like milk and cats. Like people think, ah, yes. But it's such a thing from cartoons that people don't really spend time learning about the actual animal. Fun fact, milk actually strips your bones of calcium. We don't notice since other foods replenish it faster than milk strips. More reason for me to not drink milk. Carrots are too sweet for him? Yeah. Isn't milk gives you strong bones the same as carrots give you good eyesight? Yes. It's just a tale that's made up to make kids eat and drink things. Over here we had like when I grew up, you know how most kids don't like the crust of their bread? Even though that's the tastiest part, but whatever. I was the same. I didn't like crust of my bread either when I was a kid. But when you're a kid, you wouldn't want them, right? So I remember growing up and people told you, if you eat the crust of your bread, you'll be able to whistle. But, you know, obviously that's just so that kids will eat the thing rather than it being true. Same with bananas and monkey. Yeah, I can imagine. Hay is better for them, for sure. Hay and like dry pellet food. Isn't milk supposed to be for bone growth, not strength? I have no idea. I know you need B12, and B12 is in milk, I think, but you can get that out of so many other foods. I think that was the one. One of the vitamins is in milk, and you need it. Because I'm a redhead, and I have a natural shortage to B12, I think it was. Don't quote me on this, I might be wrong. I might be misremembering. But I needed more of it, and they were like, well, you can't drink milk either, so you need something else to make up for it. Fuck, that reminds me to take my vitamins. Y'all get to hear me take vitamins live. It's collagen vitamins, but okay. Live vitamin stream. Yes. There we go. That was the ASMR. You got the Smurf gummies? I don't. I just straight up have vitamins with collagen and, what's in here as well? Vitamin B1, 2, 3, and 12, which 12 specifically is something I tend to be short on. B3 and 12 are usually the ones most people need. Yeah, okay. But also, remember kids, don't just randomly start taking vitamins. Consult your doctor. Most vitamins don't hurt to take, and you'd be fine. Stuff like vitamin C specifically, you're gonna be fine. Most people don't need supplements. And recklessly taking supplements tends to not help you. Luckily with vitamin C and such, you just literally pee out the excess. But truly, consult your doctor if you're gonna be taking whack-ass vitamins. B vitamins luckily can be filtered out, but yes. That's fair. Can't just be going to the doctors, that's expensive. Fair, but you can, if you're like going to the doctors anyway for like a regular checkup or something, consult on vitamins. Too much is never too good. No, but also just taking random vitamins vitamins aren't cheap, and a lot of them you don't have benefit if you just randomly take it and you have no need for it. Because like Smooth said, if you have an excess of like B vitamins or C vitamins, your body will filter it out. But then you're basically just peeing very expensive pee. Like, it's just unnecessary. And also, depending on your own diet, on your own shortages, on like what you do need in your body, it can actually very much have a negative effect if you already take certain medications. Not everything is compatible, basically. So if you can ask your doctor about them, do. You can ask at a pharmacy. If you're picking up vitamins at a pharmacy, you can ask them. They tend to know a little bit more than just... Basically what I'm saying is, don't just hear me talk about needing vitamin B12 and be like, maybe I should take that. Or just anyone online. Get proper education on vitamins. Do you have that weird thing where if you swallow pills, it still feels like it's in your throat and about to get out? No. I had to take a lot of vitamins and such as a kid because I was sick a lot. So I got very much used to having to take medication. So it doesn't bother me at all. So I can't stack the buffs. No, not really. Your body is pretty capable of taking care of itself as long as you have a balanced diet and some exercise. You peeing out money, basically. It sucks that you can't stack it, otherwise I'd get buffed to 100 real quick. Yeah, I mean, I used to take vitamin C for the longest time, even though I didn't need it, just from childhood and needing it a lot in my childhood. And then I talked to my doctor and they were like, you're fine. You can stop taking that. And also, usually the recommended dosages are so much lower than the pills come in. I don't have any of that, though. Fair. No, again, like, I had to take a lot of medication and such. I was sick a lot as a kid, so I tend to know what I'm doing. But, again, it can't hurt to ask your doctors. I had to take paracetamol a lot because of headaches, but it didn't work, so I just deal with it now. I suggest going to the doctors, because that is not normal to have that many headaches. And there is special headache medication, because very often paracetamol will not do enough. Vitamin D is a common deficiency in the US, but please ask advice your PCP. Yeah. Yeah, like, it depends on where you're from, and what, like, where you're from will very much affect whether you have certain deficiencies or not, because it's what's in the food and what's in your regular diet as well. Don't get up and deal with it, see a doctor. Yes, exactly. Like, it took me a year, last year, to, like, fight the doctors and find out why I kept having pains in my abdomen. Turned out, pinched my nerve in my back. And next year I probably should go see a physical therapist to help. But point is that I kept having a lot of pain. A lot of just regular pain. And it wasn't too much to cope with, but regular pain isn't normal. So, if you have the ability to, because I also understand that some people can't, especially if you live in America where healthcare is more complicated. But if you have the ability to, please don't just sit with your pain and wait for it to pass. More often than not, multivitamins are specifically if you have a deficiency. Harvard did a study that showed that taking a multivitamin every day did very little to protect your health. Yes, true. Like, I usually know when I get cold sores or such that taking a couple extra vitamin C's is not going to hurt, because that's usually when I have a deficiency. But yeah, just taking a wow, I mixed that around. Taking a multivitamin is not just really gonna do that much. Again, unless your doctor tells you to. Also, you can have waivers for medical help as well. True. True. I don't know. I was just saying to my friend the other day that I'm a very stubborn person when it comes to taking painkillers. And I used to just kind of deal with my pain, rather than take a painkiller when I need it. And I've been relearning and dealing with that a lot better, because I do have a lot of like chronic pains. And instead of just gritting my teeth, I've been dealing with stuff more appropriately. And I don't know, I just can't stress enough how important it is to acknowledge your pains and such. I've had bags under my eyes since I was 3, 4, and my family thinks it's a lack of vitamin D. Also, I should see a doctor about it, but I keep forgetting and scared. Get scared at the thought of making an appointment. Aren't bags lack of iron though, but seriously, make an appointment. Bags usually are, well, it can be lack of sleep. It can be hydration. It can be pigment. It can be lack of iron. It can be so many things. This is why you can't just trust one experience, because like, what do you mean pigment? For me, for example, I have a very pale skin. So my complexion makes it look like, even if I'm just a little tired, as if I have extreme bags under my eyes sometimes. But it's really not that bad. It's just, I'm very fair-skinned, and your skin under your eyes is very thin. So it's just gonna look like that. Sometimes you're healthy, but it's just there. True point being, you should see a doctor so they can tell you what the issue is. Exactly. Like, sometimes it's as simple as getting a blood test and they know what your deficiencies are and they can help you out. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated, but I promise you, it's not as scary as it seems. And your health is very important. Everyone's individual health should be taken serious. Some people have hyperpigmentation or very pale skin that can dramatize, I suck at pronouncing that word, your under eyes. Yeah. I'm as white as it can be, so they look blue sometimes. That's always fun to see. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't want to delve too deep into everyone's personal details. The end of it being, go see your doctors if needed, man. Regular pain is not normal. Listen to your body. I understand it can be very scary. If you can, and if you have a trusted person, be that a friend, a teacher, family member, ask them to help you, to call the doctor, to make an appointment, to go with you if needed. There's absolutely no shame in that. But do take your personal health very serious. Because at the end of the day, there's only one you, and you gotta take care of that you. Or else, I will cry. And I think we settled last stream that I wasn't allowed to cry. So y'all better be good. You'll be all the more healthy for it, and any doctor you see, let them know you're nervous. They can be very kind and patient. Exactly. And there's also no shame in, if you do not like the doctor that you're dealing with, asking for a different one if you can. Again, I know everyone's individual situation can be more complicated than that, but prioritizing your own health is so good. If only we had chatty cakes. What you mean? Yes, you can fire your doctor and it'd be okay. Yes! Chatty cakes is still here. Did you mean like a personal one? Cakes is still here. It's making the appointment that makes me icked. Well, again, like if you can have a trusted person, again, be that friend, teacher, family member, help you with that, you absolutely can. There's no shame in that. I know people who are my age who still struggle with that, and, you know, if I can help them out, I will. Yes. If only I could make him talk. You can. He's, again, Cakes is still here. I fixed him. But I do not have a personal Cakes. If I could ever have a Cakes plushie, I would be so happy. I rehearsed what I'm going to say and have someone or stuffed animal with me when I call. Oh yeah, that helps too. No points? Well, too bad. The reason I have him at that high is because really the only reason is that I don't want people to fucking spam. And realistically, the points for him are quite low.
Fix me. I'm already perfection.
You know you're worth Cakes. Hell yeah. Cakes, 0 red flags. Even his excessive donut eating is not a red flag. Because he shares.
If I could go out to the real world with you, boss, I'd do all this stuff for you.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, Cakes. See, all you guys have to do is just pretend Cakes is there to hold your hand. Even though he's very small and barely reaches my knees. Because he gets on a box. He climbs up on a box to talk with you, with me and with you guys. He works so hard. Hello, I have returned. Welcome back. Hello. We're just sitting here talking for a bit because I got too tired to draw and I do not have a brain cell anymore. You know what I should do? Be comfortable. This is my comfy hoodie. Pretend that hell gives you donuts if you do it. Or get yourself donuts if you do it. Fuck yeah, man. Whenever I go out and do a difficult thing, the amount of times I go to, like the doctor's office or the dentist or whatever and get myself a little treat after, do it up, babes. Fucking get yourself a little treat. You deserve it. Treat yourself. Reward yourself with a little tweet. Exactly. I just don't want to make a mistake when making the appointment. Also, talking to people is scary. Well, all I can say to that is, first of all, we all make mistakes. We're human. That is normal. And honestly, again, the people who are there, like the receptionists, the doctors, they're there to help you. It's not a test. If you get it wrong, you don't fail. Like, it's gonna be okay. They're there to help you. So it'll be okay, even if you mess up a little. There's not gonna be any dire consequences to that. Talking to people can be scary, yes. I do understand that. Go into a Discord call with someone for mental support? Yes. People make mistakes. The receptionist will simply rephrase the question. Yeah, for sure. The amount of times, listen. The amount of times where I don't understand someone because I am autistic and the question or the way they phrase something is very vague and I do not completely understand what they mean. I get very embarrassed about it sometimes because it can be stressful. The time that I stood alongside the road because my bike wouldn't start anymore, my motorcycle, and I was on the side of the highway, and I had to call the national helpline for being stuck alongside the highway with your vehicle. It was stressful, but I called them, and they were like, all right, we're gonna send someone to pick you up and drop you off at this place, and it's gonna be okay. It's super fucking hot outside because we're in the middle of a heat wave, so we're gonna send you someone ASAP. Make sure you're standing somewhere safely. And I didn't completely understand what they meant with the way they had phrased it. Shadow, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, my stream notifs seem to be broken, and I do not know why. I thought I had fixed it. Huh. I will check with that again later. But Shadow, hello, welcome. I don't know why the sound isn't going off. But yeah, I hung up and then I stood there for 10 minutes not really knowing what the lady at the line meant, and I was stressing because I'm at the side of the road, not knowing what the fuck I need to do right now. You know what I did? I called them again. And I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm very stressed, and this is the first time that I've had to call this line, and I'm very confused. So I just want to make sure that I understood what you guys told me to do is this. And I got someone else on the line, but he had seen the file and he just looked at it and he was like, oh, no worries, like, no problem. No need to say sorry. You just need to wait there and it's gonna be okay. And I was just like, thank you so much for explaining it to me again. And, you know, thank you for helping me. And that was it. It's okay. Like, it's what they're there for. They're not gonna be mad. The man was actually very nice, very pleasant, and just was like, no worries, you're all good. I'm he was just happy that I understood now, you know? So really, truly, those people that you call, they're there to help you. As long as you're polite, don't get rude with people on the phone. Then they're not gonna want to talk to you. But I think that's a general rule. Like, even if you cry, I was near crying when that happened. The man didn't care. He was just like, it's okay. I'll explain. I use the sentence, I'm sorry, I don't understand, a lot on the phone. Yeah, same. Sometimes we just need an I'm an autistic, please explain sign with us. I mean, honestly though, just telling people, hey, I'm sorry, I'm autistic and I don't understand, can be enough for people to just be understanding and chill. But again, even if you don't specify and just say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't understand, could you explain it again? And then tell them maybe specifically what part you don't understand. But they're, again, as long as you're polite, they'll be willing to help you. Yeah, but allistics don't like what? Because they think it's rude. I'm giving you the cheat code. I'm sorry, could you explain X? Works a lot better. Yes, true. Yeah, if they're hired to take phone calls, like doctor's office receptionists and roadside assistants, they're usually hired because they're nice and good at phone calls. Exactly. And it's their job to help you. They get paid for this, I promise. And I would dare say that it's a hell of a lot nicer to get paid to help someone who's being nice, and even if they're nervous, as long as they're nice, than someone on the phone being rude and impatient. Because they're still paid to help those people. It's just an annoying thing to have to do. Just hand it out as a business card. I'd love that. I understand things most of the time, but when I don't, something just gives me unclear instructions. It happens, yeah. As long as you communicate, they'll be helpful. For sure. Like, again, the amount of times that I've... Werewolf! Werewolf elf. Wow. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Man, I'm so bothered at why suddenly my stream notifications don't go off anymore. Sound alerts. Map. Do I need to put all of these through here? Probably. But I don't understand why my notifications aren't going on. I heard a little twinkling noise. You do? Oh, then it's just me. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Well, not ideal. I need to figure out some of my audio stuff. I'm glad you guys hear it, but I need to be notified as well. Okay. I know vaguely how to fix it, but I'm not going to do that live because I'll need to look at tutorials or ask friends who actually have knowledge of audio. But I'm glad you guys heard it. We just thought we'd let you know. Yeah, no, I'm glad. No, genuinely, I'm glad, because that's why I was like so confused. Like, on one end, it's nice because it doesn't disturb me. Because basically what I did is I have my desktop audio muted, right? So I have to put everything that has to play a sound on individually. And that's what I did with Spotify, so that I can control Spotify more directly. But basically what I just need to do is make sure that my desktop audio doesn't play my Spotify, and I don't really know how to do that. But I'll figure it out. I'm really bad when somebody says they will do something but won't, or when plans change, so my parents were really upfront with it. That was nice. I feel you. Even just yesterday, when I was hanging out with a friend, our plans were very suddenly likely to change. But he knows and is very aware of the fact that I struggle with that a lot, and it stresses me out. So he talked me through very calmly and was like, I'm gonna try so that it doesn't change, but if it does, then it's unfortunately what happens. But I think that helps too, is I talked with him about it because it has happened before, and like I have it happen with friends sometimes where plans change, and if you struggle with something, if you are able to talk about it with the people around you, they'll want to help and they'll want to be accommodating, as long as you're not being a dick about it. Like, if I start going off on them or yelling at them, it's not gonna help. But if I'm just like, hey, I really have a hard time with sudden changes like that, they can be more understanding. Do any of you struggle with seeing someone do something wrong and struggle how to politely inform them they're doing it wrong? Damn, it's already 10:50. Is it? Oh, wow. I really sat here for a lot longer than I thought it would. It's okay, though. Not so much, but that's also because I'm naturally very shy. So even if I see someone do something wrong, I'm usually more of the type of person that doesn't say anything. I'm just like shy about it. I do notice that I can be a little crude though when I am pointing out things to people. And even though I try to be very kind, it can be very easy to just be very direct, and that isn't always the nicest thing. So I try to just phrase it as nicely as possible, and also realize that sometimes someone isn't asking for my opinion. Whether I think they're doing it wrong or not is still somewhat of my opinion. And like, if someone's just ranting, right? Talking about something in their life, and they're talking about how they handled a situation, I might not agree with that. And I might think that they could have done XYZ better. It's not then necessarily my place to say something, because they're just talking about what is frustrating them or what's on their mind. So sometimes I realize that one of the most powerful things and most powerful lessons you can learn when it comes to listening and talking to people is learning when to shut up and not say something and just let people talk. And then if you really want to say something about it, you can ask them, hey, can I give you my opinion? Or can I say very bluntly what I think about it? Because then 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you whether they're open for that or not. You know? But it's okay to ask people if they're ready for that stuff, because it can be a lot. Sometimes people just want to vibe and do and be. Like, even with like games, I know, for example, that I'm not the best at shooters and I make mistakes. And most times I'm super okay with my friends giving me advice. There's also days where I just want to play pew pew and not think. And those days when they give me advice, I'm like, I appreciate it, but I'm not, I don't care today, you know? Like my fiance wrote, I seen a $300 charge on the statement we were handing into the bank, and I know he struggles with writing, and I don't know how to point it out politely, because it should be, I saw a $300 charge. Just say, honey, you did this wrong or something. Well, I think that depends. Obviously, you know your fiance best. I think with stuff like that, talk in private rather than while being at the bank. Even if it's important, it can be changed. And you can always ask him as well, hey, if I notice you do something wrong, is it okay for me to correct you? Or would you rather I let you learn it by yourself? Like, or is there a specific way you'd like me to address it? Because I can't speak for your fiance. I can't speak how he likes or how they like to be addressed when it comes to stuff like that. Generally, I think kindness goes a long way. So as long as you're not like, hey, you're stupid and you're making mistakes. It's just stressful to me, like saying, hey, you did this wrong. We were in the house. It was just an example of how I'm like, fix it or leave it, the mistake. Say something or stay silent. No one likes being wrong. True. But, truly just ask him, hey, the other day I noticed you made a mistake and, I was a little stressed about it. Is it okay for me to address it in a moment? Is there a specific way you like me to address you? Or if you did address it in a moment, if he showed dislike to how you expressed your concern, be like, hey, how can I improve that? But that's tough, because that's really dependent on him and yourself. Oh, okay, gotcha. Fair. Yeah, I mean, with that, it just depends. You can measure, is it important right now? Like, is it a like life or death situation? Like, is it a very important thing that needs to be correct? Then yes, you can address it politely. Is it someone you know very well? Then it's easier to talk with those people about it. But it's kind of like weighing the pros and cons on whether it's important. I know the rule of like, the rule of, it's kind of like the same rule when it comes to like making a note of someone's appearance. Is it something they can fix? Like if it's quote unquote wrong, right? Like someone has something stuck in their teeth or a shirt tag is sticking out. Is it something they can fix within 5 minutes? Sure, say something about it. If not, maybe not. I have a hard time telling when people are done talking, so I can say something. Also, I can tell when someone is going to say, so when they get stuck, I try to finish it. My brother doesn't like it, but it used to be where I interrupted people to do so, so I stopped it though. I feel you. I dated someone for a while who stuttered. He specifically asked me if I could finish his sentences sometimes, but we had a way to notify that. Like he would look at me in my eyes and like make a sort of gesture with his hand to indicate like that he was struggling finishing the sentence and asked me to finish. It was usually during important situations where he just wanted to get the sentence out and be done, right? But yeah, if someone tells you they don't like it, that's super fair. And I get it. When I play D&D with my friends, for example, we're pretty much all neurodivergent, so we have a tendency to just want to talk and jump in at that moment. It's learning a little bit of pacing yourself, and it can be very hard. And yeah, you can still interrupt accidentally. It happens. Know that it's not the end of the world. And that it's okay to tell people, hey, I've trouble knowing when to jump into a conversation. But it does take a little bit of sitting there and waiting, and it can still be very tough. Like I don't really have like a one way to be like, oh, do this, and you know, because it also depends per person. Some people don't mind if you finish their sentence for them, if you know what they're gonna say. That really depends per person. But I do think it's important that if someone tells you, hey, I don't like that, to listen. Control save? I don't have anything to save. The control save is there for when I'm in an art program, or I guess in a game, to force me to save, or remind me to save, really, because when I'm drawing usually, I forget to save all the time. It was just the first example I could recall of something being wrong and not an opinion of something being wrong. That's fair. Yeah, it's tough because generally a lot of things are very situational. And as easy as for me it is to say, well, you kind of just have to feel it out. I know that's a bullshit advice, especially when you're neurodivergent, because I get it. Sometimes it's like, but they're wrong. But it's sometimes, I think the best rule, if I can find the image, of saying anything in any way is the think rule. And I think it can be applied to a lot of this. And it's basically think before you talk. There we go, I found it. Let me save the image and put it on the stream for a second. Oh, no. Because I'm too lazy to pull up an entire screen for this. Let's see. Downloads. Oh, is it going to be small? Oh, it's going to be so small. Here we go. So we had a poster like this in the assisted living place that I lived before. Before you speak, think, right? Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it's not these 5 things, maybe don't say it. If it is these 5 things, I think you'll be okay. But the last one is so important to it because sometimes people are like, well, but it's true and it's necessary, and it's helpful. But if you didn't say it in a kind way, then you're gonna come off as condescending. You know? If I think before I talk, though, I overthink and end up missing the part of the convo where my words fit in. Well, it's also... It's learning to say things like, hey, just to come back to something we were talking about earlier. Like, if you have to think about it a little bit. Because, like, one of the things me and my friends do a lot, because we're neurodivergent, is just ramble and bring up what seem like totally unrelated thoughts, but to us they're related because that's just how the brain works sometimes. It's just to phrase it with like, hey, by the way, it's totally unrelated, but, and then bring up the subject. So if you have to think about it a little bit and it doesn't quote unquote fit in anymore, just be like, hey, I'm sorry, just to go back to what we were talking before, I just want to share my thought. Stuff like that can be very helpful. Because I get you, sometimes, especially when it's a more heated situation or like a tougher situation, I struggle processing what people say to me, and I take a long time to respond. So I've learned to say, hey, I'm having a hard time with what is happening right now. I'm having a hard time processing all this information. It's going to take me a second. And it may sound very clinical sometimes, but it can be very helpful because then people know that I'm not ignoring them or something or being silent on purpose. It's just our brains work a little different, so it takes a little bit of an extra step sometimes. And communicating that step, there's no shame in it. I talk after / during I talk and not before, so that's gotten me in trouble a few times. Is it based? Is it goated? Yes. No, but I do think kindness goes a long way in any situation. Being gentle and kind with the person in front of you is always helpful. Because at the end of the day, we're all just people, and we all have our own anxieties and worries. And in general, anyone that you see and are going to talk to, they're not trying to mess you up or trip you up or have some kind of gotcha moment with you. So you gotta communicate. Just have cards with the loading thing from Google saying I'm working on it just slowly. Well, kinda, yeah. If that's a way that you want to communicate with people around you, then yeah, if that helps you. Again, I'm just sharing vague situations and explanations of like what has helped me in the past. I always try to be as direct and as open about my communication as I can. But, you know, at the end of the day, again, we're all humans. we mess up, and it can feel very like end of the worldy. Like it can feel very dramatic when you mess up. Like it can feel very scary. Because we don't want to hurt the people around us, and we don't want to mess up. But it's okay. I really like those cards at a con that say, like, no touch, ask first, hugs accepted. Like a red, yellow, green cards. I wish we had stuff like that daily. Like a please talk to me, only talk to me if you're my friend, and no energy, no talk energy, empty. Yeah, it'd be helpful. I mean, generally I think that people should ask before doing things. But yes, those are always very great. Wait, you aren't a fox cake furry? What you mean? Am I breaking the fourth wall? I've always said I'm not a very good lore VTuber. I'm just me. But, because the only thing I hate about work is people come up to me and talk to me or touch me, and I'm like, please just let me work. You're just a human. Well, yeah. Maybe I'm a little bit more than human. Human-based. Wink. Wait, why didn't it not? There we go. Wink. Do you have a Discord? We do have a Discord. I will put the command in the chat. For you. There you go. But yeah, no, for sure. Like, man, the amount of times that it would just be nice for people to be like, hey, can I talk to you for a sec? Be awesome. I love when friends come up to me. Like, generally, a lot of my super close friends, they can come up to me anytime and talk to me, and we have an understanding. But when people I don't know, or exactly like in public situations when you're at work or when you're outside, I don't super love being talked to. I definitely don't like people randomly touching me in any kind of way. Like, don't just try to hug me. I'm so glad that shaking hands is less acceptable now. I don't really want to touch anyone's hands, man. So, I feel you. My friend always asks me, like, hey, you up for chatting? Now, why doesn't everyone do that, especially strangers? I think it's because we live in a neurotypical world where that is not considered rude. Even for a lot of neurodiverse people, it is very overwhelming, and I find it very rude. My coworker grabbed at my hair because it's curly and I jumped out of my skin. Don't do that. Oh, I relate. I relate super hard. The amount of times that people just touch my hair without me asking is insane. I super hate it. And like, I get sometimes people have pretty hair, but you don't. I don't get why you would just randomly touch a stranger or even a coworker. That's just weird. Yes, but it is a very common experience with people who have curly hair. Why does anyone think it's okay? I think very often because people don't think about it. Because generally when you just then ask them, like, why did you think that is okay? They didn't think about it. They just did it, right? Any hair that isn't straight, people want to touch. Unfortunately, yes. I don't know what to tell you. It's very frustrating and I relate. But unfortunately, I just genuinely don't think that people put a lot of thoughts into their actions sometimes. I'm also gonna take the image down, because I think we get the point. Nothing, just smooth touch. Even though they really shouldn't. 2C, 4C? They're hair types. They're types of, like, curly hair types specifically. You can Google it. It's the best way I can describe that. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, I'm gonna pop over to this to indicate that I'm stopping. Because oh my god, we've sat here for an whole entire extra hour that I did not necessarily intend to sit here, but I did very much enjoy. I love sitting and just chatting streams and rambling off and talking with you guys. But I'm getting sleepy and I want to rest. Thank you for streaming, Noevo. Thank you so much for hanging out. And you're stopping already? What you mean already? Thanks for stream. Well, again, thank you guys so much for hanging out. You're gonna continue drawing? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look for someone to raid, unless we have any suggestions in the chat specifically. I do have some ideas of people to raid. Oh my god. Yes, I am very tired. You better dream about Monster Boy again. Yo, I have no control over that. If I could, I would go there every night. Do we have any suggestions in chat for me? For a person to raid? Or people to raid? So I can have a look? I wish we had, to be honest. Same. That would be very nice. No, but I really enjoyed hanging out and got a little bit of work done. Always makes me happy to get work done and share that with you guys. I'm glad we talked about all kinds of crap. I'll definitely be here again on Sunday to play more Cult of the Lamb. See, when I really can't think of words anymore, then it's time for me to sleep. That's good indicator for me to be like, bitch, you're tired. Go to bed. Good night, Noicakes. Thank you. I go and sleep. Yes. All right. Let me have a peep. We didn't get any suggestions, so I'm just gonna have a peep at some people who popped up. Who are live right now. Brain work no more, sleep needed. Exactly, I have a battery that needs to be recharged. Heckin' damn it. Actually, okay, hell yeah. I haven't rated this person ever. It's a mutual of mine. They're playing Genshin. I hope they're gonna continue for a while. It seems like he is. Super friendly artist dude who's also working in VR games, I'm pretty sure. Just super friendly dude, super pleasant, very supportive, and I see he's live, so, you know, want to share some love. So we're gonna raid Temptu. There we go. Start the raid. Then I will say thank you once more for everyone for being here, hanging out with me during the stream. I hope to see you guys on Sunday when I'm going to be playing games. And otherwise, I hope to see you guys next week. I hope you all have a very lovely rest of your Friday. If you're going to come in with me in the raid, y'all know the deal. Please refresh the stream so that it actually counts towards their views. And if you're going to be chatting and be in the chat, please be nice, be supportive. And that's it. Y'all take care of yourselves and have a lovely rest of your Fridays. All right, let's go. Bye, guys.